Hey yo, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? How are you? We only got a few people in today. Yo, Mark, what's happening? You got your webcam on, yeah?
Not now.
Oh, is that just a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What's happening? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Thank you.
Wicked. Yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, we'll just do a quick one today. Not much like popping off this morning. Um, Let me share my screen and get into it. So US30, bang. Can you all see my screen, yeah? Yep. Okay, sick. So yeah, very simple one today. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy. We do have this bearish 4 hour order flow range, right? From here to here, high and low. So in terms of just expectation order flow, we could expect a pullback and then make a new lower low, just like I said here. EOF is to make a pullback before a new low. So that's just EOF, it could happen, it might not happen. We don't really care that much. We just make sure we are playing the entry models in the right places, such as high time frame supply and demand zones for the EM1 sells or buys. This is a massive 7 hour buy to sell fully engulfed supply zone. One bearish candle is fully engulfing the previous candles before it, making up this entire buy to sell, which is just simply that entire 4 hour bearish order flow range. Okay, so we can look for EM1 cells from anywhere, within this 7 hour POI. Even if we do break above, we could look for EM1 cells in here, or in here, right? But in terms of today, obviously, I don't think it's going to make it up to here, but it could come into this supply, look for cells. It could come back into this demand to look for buys. You refine it underneath that 15M chalk. This is a 5 hour from here. If you go onto the 5 hour, you can see how we do have oh, hold on. So let me go on 6 hour. 6 hour, I believe it was still wick. 7. Ah, 7. Okay, cool. So it wasn't 6 hour, it was 7, like this. So this is one candle engulfing this whole sell to buy this bearish candle. So we did have it as this before, right? And obviously, if you see what happened, price came into it, and we get this 15M bullish chalk right here, right? So when you get a 15M bullish chalk from it, you just refine it to below that 15M chalk, and this is the next area that we are looking for EM1 buy simply. Okay. So now that will look just like this basically. Okay. So we just have that for the next area. So like I said here, that is actually a 7 hour POI for EM1 buys and counter trend EM3 buys. Okay, so that's just in case, we get this same scenario where we get like a 15M chop from it and another 15M break and then comes back down bearish to this POI. We could look for EM3 buys because it's counter trend. And when it's counter trend, you want to buy from a high time frame demand or supply zone. Okay. For our entries. So in terms of like what we got on the 15M, yesterday we had this massive meltdown. This was your 4 hour break. This was your 15M as well, high and low, right? Then we continue to make lower lows, lower highs, and then we start to do these higher highs and high lows. Price obviously gave us an EM3 scenario, but didn't give an entry. So it gave the perfect scenario where we tapped into the POI on the high time frame. We got the first 15M bullish chalk, right? The first ever one. And then it can do whatever it wants to do, right? And it comes back bearish right here, back into this 25-minute POI, fully engulfed right here. Okay, can you see the bearish candle and the bullish candle engulfing it? Okay. So you can use this as well. Okay. Let's just double check, like, has price come into the EQ? of the 4 hour. Not yet. Yeah. So price has not yet come into the EQ of the 4 hour, meaning that EM3 buys are still valid. Okay. If it had come into the EQ, then obviously expectation order flow is to make a new lower low, and we could see this as a weak low and possibly get smashed. So we would delete these POIs. Okay. So yeah, we just have to monitor this POI now, because this one is not like, you see how this is not the EM3 POI. This is still EM2, because this is your bear sell to buy, bullish 15-minute order flow range. Okay, so this would still be EM2, and I'm not taking counter trend EM2 buys. I'd rather obviously take that EM3 buy instead. Yeah. So let's see. That's it really. So this is a EM3 scenario that we could look for coming next. Obviously you gotta be careful. In like 1 hour, there's like lots of news, high impact red folder news, and then obviously an hour after that it's going to be New York Stock Exchange open. So yeah, like I said the other day, last week, I was like, removing New York session, like the 3 hours of New York, just removing that, like it's increased the strike rate quite a bit. So I just don't bother. I don't bother with it. So I would just rather wait for, before New York or after like late New York, and look for like, sells or buys from here, for example, or like EM2 sells. Okay, I've drawn a nice few diagrams here, and I just thought they look pretty nice, and helps out a lot of people just to see clearly, a bit more visually, what the possible scenarios could be like. Yeah. Of the diagrams, yeah. It's pretty clean. Just showing you, okay, there's one scenario could be EM2 sells. At this moment of time, this is low of the 15M. So if you want to see EM2 sell, you'd have to wait for that low to get broken, okay, before looking for sell. If it comes into this high time frame POI, we're just looking for that 5M chock and lower time frame POI for the 1M CC entry. Then the other scenario could be this, which is 15M chock, again breaks and comes back into the first one. It comes back misaligned bullish towards this first bearish chock, and then looking here for the 1M chock first, and then a lower time frame POI for the 1M CC entry, and then take it just like this. Yeah. So pretty simple now. Yeah, there's not much going on at this moment in time. So these are the scenarios I'm looking for. Otherwise, if I was to copy this, like 1 second, copy this, put it down. Yeah, but in the reverse, like, oh, you can't reverse it, can you? So, gonna have to make it again. But yeah, the other way around, basically. Yeah. So like EM1 for buys in this scenario. I'll just draw it out like. So like EM1 buys like this, and stick that in. So EM1 there. So yeah, that's it really. Very simple, yeah. EM2 sells are pro trend, so they can be from anywhere. You just need a bearish chock. It doesn't have to be from like the premium of the 4 hour or anything. And EM3 sells can also happen from anywhere too, because it's pro trend. Right? If you're counter trend EM3, then it must come from a high time frame POI, like here or here. But being pro trend, it doesn't need to. Okay. So yeah, simple. Can we sell below 50% of H4? Yes. Okay, for the newest high time frame supply, can we also use the 8 hour? The 8 hour is smaller. You mean, let's see. Are you talking about this one? This, yeah, well, 7 hours is the main. So like, I'll just use the bigger one there. Right, you can see on the 4 hour too. So it's like, when it's visible on 4 hour, then you just need to find what like looks the cleanest, which is this one bearish candle here. Because on the 4 hour, it's got like, well, yeah, even 4 hours, the same thing. Yeah, same thing. One candle bearish, fully closed below all these candles here. So that's the entire thing, entire supply zone. To look for those, okay. We don't look for inducement anymore. No, don't look at any liquidity concepts. Like if you go into the website and click on the liquidity section, watch that video because that's a new video that you probably missed. So yeah, make sure you watch that, and it explains everything there. You prefer the 25-minute extreme POI over the 20-minute. So let's see. 20-minute would be, it would be that, yeah. So obviously this already got tapped in, so I'd have to just take it to this instead. Okay, 20-minute. Let's just see if there's anything else. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So this is like, yeah, the one candle bearish, and this one bullish candle engulfs both of these bearish candles previously. Price then came back into it and then breaks this 15M high. So, you know, what you'd have to do is refine it down to just that body there, which is unmitigated. So all this area is like the extreme, basically, right? So instead of just marking up the entire extreme like this or like this or like this, like you want to make sure it's unmitigated, that price is not it's not left, come back into it and then broken something, yeah. So same like this POI now, yeah. Price obviously came into it and has broken. Even on the 1M, it's broken. So you can't just reuse that in the future like this. You can't do that. Okay. What you can do is refine it to this, not really, because the body come into it. Hold on. Maybe not anything. What's that? Yeah, I don't think there's anything clean. 19. Yeah, nothing really clean here. I wouldn't have it like this as well because of that body right here come into it. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to use it like this. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I wouldn't use anything here again now. I would just use extreme, which is over here, for a clean EM3 buy. So let's see if we get it. All this is like internal stuff, by the way. So yeah, I remember someone was asking in the chat, like this is your main 15M. This, well, not even that. It's like here to here to here, this. This is all like internal, you know, within that main range. So you don't use this internal stuff, okay? Any questions? Closing candle. Do you normally refine to the body? Yes. I was reading a chart for MFF. How do you go about risking 1% if there's a delay? Yeah, that's the problem. Like, you know, there's there's like a second delay when you click in 2 or 3 times on the big accounts, and I have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way around it. So, should we go with FTMO once we get to bigger accounts? I mean, you can go for both. Obviously, it's just everything has like pros and cons. You know, I mean, everything has like good things and bad things about the prop firms. So that's kind of why like I have like multiple accounts is because you can't always just rely on one and trust one always to be the best. Like MFF, like for example, MFF has like lower profit targets than FTMO, but FTMO might have a better server. Then you got like E8, which has commissions but lower profit target and no slippages. So yeah, rarely anything bad about it. So it's pretty good. It's all these small things like cost of doing business. Exactly, like everything has a little like catch about it. So I can't just trust one. You know what I mean? Like they could just close down and you'd be like, oh shit, like I've got no accounts left. So you do need to kind of like diversify your, like it's like a portfolio, like separate your risk into different areas. So that's kind of what I did.
Cash, can I ask you a quick question, please?
Oh yeah, sure.
So the AM3 there. So because as you got the M15 chalks, and then you have the bearish chalk.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because right at the flip you got the M3 there.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get like another chalk, does that mean all this area is invalidated?
No, it just means like this POI is invalid.
Okay, got it. So the extreme is still on.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as
is it only because of this flip here on the bottom? Is that why?
Yeah. So obviously, price will break this to come bearish, and that makes it valid.
Right. Yeah.
Because
like
imagine if this did this and then this. Yeah. So now 15M would be like here to here, so it can't turn bearish, can it? So this has already now mitigated that POI here. So you have to delete this POI now. You get me?
Right. I think it's only because of this flip. I think the CM3 is active. Otherwise, I think okay.
Otherwise,
gotcha.
it wouldn't be active.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Makes sense. Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can I have a question? Because
sure.
Keep it on the chat. So can you explain why the first M15 range that you marked?
M15. Yeah.
This the first one, yeah.
This one.
No. The first one.
This one
on the left. On the left. There is a not the upper. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Why you mark this one? Because I don't see a opposing candle here in the range.
Oh, well, hold on. I think it's like this actually. So here push up.
Okay, now makes sense.
Like, but it's a shit. It's kind of it's a basic like it's a shitwick situation. Yeah. So like this was a valid range, right? And instead of I mean, wait, hold on. So it's like here, this is not a valid like upper range because there's no bearish candle here or here. So because it's a continuation of price instead, you kind of have to combine them together and just be like, okay, it's here to here because of the shitwick situation, right? And it has a bullish imposing candle, right? Obviously it kind of wicks it here, it pushes higher again, comes back down. So like this entire thing here is a shitwick situation, but just because it's a continuation, I can use this as a high, low, high, and low. If this was not a shitwick, I mean, if this was not a continuation and it was like an actual, like a chalk, then it wouldn't be a valid chalk, right? It wouldn't, like, you can't say that this has turned from bearish to bullish to bearish. You can't say that because it can't do that here because there's no bearish candle opposing to be a bullish range. You can't classify this as a chalk, but you can classify it as a continuation, right? So here to here to here, bullish, 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 bearish to bullish, right? And that's why, yeah. So sometimes it can be a bit tricky with this shitwick. But yeah, just have to look back first and be like, okay, are we already bearish, or are we like changing from bullish to bearish to bullish? Like, you know what I mean? Have we changed character? Are we trying to change character, or are we already bearish? If you're already bearish and it drops, then yeah, this is fine. Like just be like, okay, high and low, right? And it breaks obviously here too, right? So this is like your gap there, push up, push down, right? Bullish candle and the candle in the range. So yeah, that's why this is your high there. Like you can say low, high, push down, brake. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's it. So
Okay, makes sense now. Thanks.
yeah, no worries. Simple.
Ash,
Yes.
you know, so like for testing purposes, when you're testing stuff out, because I need to go over the entries,
Yeah.
I need to really concentrate on that. And I was going to start using some 4x pairs because obviously the data that we can get on the one, like 5,000. What did you do?
As in like testing the pairs out. I mean, testing out entry
Entries,
models.
yeah.
I did. Well, I was already trading like EU and stuff before, so obviously I was like still looking at that before like start, like, you know, probably the start of the year before that I was looking at EU, and then obviously I started looking at US30 and on the 1M and 15 seconds. Obviously you can't go on the 15 seconds like more than, you know,
It's 5,000 candles, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like a couple of weeks or so, you know.
So what do you think would it be a major, do you reckon I'll see a major difference if I just went through a load of different 4x pairs and went back and looked? It's the same thing, isn't it? But obviously, what do you think?
It would change. It would change obviously with like strike rates and with like different things, and obviously you have commissions and everything too. I mean, it's all like, yes, it would obviously change the results.
But in terms of mastering the process, it'd be all right, wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
I guess so. You could like just kind of, you know, use these, because we don't use seconds anymore, so obviously using the 1M you can go further back.
Yeah, it's only 8 days, 8 or 9 days.
What, on the 1M?
Yeah.
No, you can go back like way further than that. Like, let me show you. So let's say, for example, what we are now, 22nd of September, right? I can go all the way back on the 1M, like let's say I do this 1M. Let's just go all the way back. How far you can go back on 1M? It's more than 8 days. So like, what's this?
I thought it was 5,000 candles on any time frame.
So now we've gone back like nearly a month. And if you do this to this, now you can go back even further.
Okay.
So now we've gone back like,
but when you put the replay tool on, doesn't it come up with last available candle?
Oh no, that one time I just did it there, it lets you go back. But then if you do it on the second one, like, let me just show you. Like when you do it on this second one right here, if you do it here, then it won't go any further. So like the furthest you can go back right now is 7th of August. So that's like a month and a half or so.
Okay.
If I do it on this, I don't think it will. Yeah, so it won't let me go back.
Call it a month and a week.
It's about like month and a week or two, something like that. So yeah, definitely do that on.
So you reckon just test it on the US30 then, and not really?
Because I mean, what I had to do, obviously, like I didn't just go back like for ages and ages on US30 and just, you know, test out all the models. I actually did it in lifetime and forward tested it. So I had to like do it the long way and be like, you know, from January all the way to even now, like I'm still gathering that data, right? So it's like testing in the future.
Actual trades.
Yeah, like in the future, like it's forward testing, you know. So back testing is one thing, and then forward testing is like the other thing. So it's like right now, this is all forward testing, isn't it? Like, so in the future, you're looking at this, and you know, tomorrow you mark it up, and the day markup, you'll be like, okay, this happened. So this is like forward testing, and then back testing is when you replay it back to here and look at what happened in the past. So I had to do it the long way. I had to do the back testing, but then I also had to do the forward testing. Same like what I've done recently with the 1M CC, like refinements and stuff. I like I said, you can only go back like 6 weeks on the 1M. Yeah. So then I had to spend like a month just doing it live, you know. So I did it live. I did it on a live, like a large personal account, and then I did it on funded accounts. I did challenge with it. So then, yeah, like.
And you know, on the 1M CC, when you get like a large 1 minute chop, if it's large, do you use the premium discount?
No, it's simply let's say this is your 15M range and you get a 15M POI and a 1M chock is like massive.
Yeah.
Then you have to find your lower time frame POIs. But your premium discount is from here to here, not from here to here.
Yeah, you don't. But if the 1 minute chock is like extraordinarily big, you still go in wherever the POI is. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because the POI has to be a valid POI, so it can't just be something random like at the top of this. You know what I mean? It can't just be something random here. It has to be an ST flip or an extreme of a range, for example. So it would most likely be down here anyways. You know. So this is where you take the 1MCC entry from. Right, making sure that
What if it isn't super low down? That's what I mean. Like, what if
it doesn't have to be? Let's say, I mean, the only other way that you're saying that it's not super low down is if it's doing 1M continuations.
Right.
Yeah. So as long as price is not coming to that 70% and it's still you know, around that 50 like here, this is your 1M continuation, and you can still take that entry if it's worth. If it's got space to actually move.
But isn't it less high probable if it's
The higher you go?
Well, no, less high probable from high up within the first 1 minute chock.
As in here.
So like it chocks and then no, I see what you're saying. No, because it's obviously it's got to come down to chock, hasn't it? It's got to, yeah.
Yeah, it comes down. I mean, it doesn't matter if it chocks bearish, because you can still use like this as a 1MCC entry. Yeah, 1M doesn't have to chock like in your favor. It can just chock first time. That's it. As long as price is above this first chock, and you can get a nice POI, whether it be from this first one, whether it be from discontinuations, 1M bullish from here to here, whatever. Then yeah, you can take it from there. I would obviously say like it gets more lower probable like the higher you go. In the range, of course, you know, because it's like overextended and you don't know if it's gonna pull back and then go, or you don't know like if it's just gonna go bearish. You don't know like what's gonna happen. But but being in lower down, at least you have that space to actually go break even, for example, or
and cover the low,
cover the lows or catch 5R and before going back to break even. So you have like, you know, more options in that scenario. Yeah.
You're saying once it's come out of the first 1 minute chock, if it keeps chocking and making new higher highs, you would continue to get in.
Yeah, you can continue to get into, yeah.
Okay.
And just as long as this has not come into 70% of the range, because then you would need a 5M to chock in your favor, like EM1, okay? Like this. You would need 5M to 10 bullish and then take an entry. That's the 70% rule. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I've got it all down.
Yeah, and that's it really.
I've created a document. I've got everything down.
Oh, good. that's how to do it, you know. That's the way. So perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Cheers, mate.
No worries. Cash, those refined high time frame zones which we have above our 7-hour zone right now, we never delete them. I mean, they are valid until they are mitigated. Yeah, you don't delete the high time frame POIs like these ones above here, because you know they are clean, you know, new POIs. They're not being mitigated. As you can see, this wick never even came into this POI, right? So these are all valid. Yeah, you don't delete them. Okay. So yeah. Any last questions?
Yo, bro, do you have any recommendations on book for not spiritual books, but more like discipline and shit like that, like understanding the
books? I mean, the only books I've got is like the ones I posted in Discord.
But I'm asking you the ones that you read.
What do you mean? Like the ones from the ones I've read?
Yeah, like do you recommend any books for like discipline? Because like it's not a problem with me, but I wanna explain somebody, but I don't know how to explain somebody.
I think for discipline, the like Atomic Habits was the one for that. Trust me.
Yeah, it's about habits. Yeah, I know. Okay, you think that's the best to recommend someone? Have it with them.
Yeah, because if you're saying that they're struggling with discipline, like this is all about that, like Atomic Habits, like yeah, this one definitely like recommend doing that. Like,
Kai,
reading
sorry to get in, bro. I have another
on, bro.
recommendation for Picasso, and it's
Go on.
called The Slight Edge.
The Sly Edge,
Yeah, great book.
like Sly or Slight.
The SLIGHT, I think, The Slight Edge.
Slight
This is the book that changed the game for me, though. So also Atomic Habits. I read the first
Just
time.
send the book into the
Yeah,
psychology.
will do.
channel.
Will do. Yeah, will do.
Slight Edge. Okay, no worries.
Sweet. Yeah, that one, Adi. Sweet. Cheers, bro.
No problem. But yeah, I'll upload this onto the website. Any questions, drop them in Discord, and I'll get back to you later. So everyone, range change. You got your hand up. Range. Yo. I don't know if it's accident or what. So yeah, just ask me in Discord if you want. All right.
Sorry, Cash, before you go, I was wondering, do you have any other 4-hour zone below that 6 hour that you just wrote?
Below the 6 hour.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you mean the 7 hour there?
Oh yeah, sorry, 7 hour. Yeah, below the 7 hour.
Below, let's see. I haven't at the moment. Yeah, I'll look into that. Oh, I think I do.
Yeah, because like
yeah, I don't know to what time frame I found them on, but let me just double check. So for this one, let me just double check something. What you should do is like put a line across. Oh, yeah. So this has broken 4-hour highs. So let's see something. Can we find a POI? So we can't find a new one, so we delete that one. And let's see. This one I can just see it's a wick. 5 hours. So okay. Yeah, they're all the same. So just the wick, extreme, and over this. This has tapped in, so we take it to there. Actually, take it to there. Seven hour. If you look at 7 hour, you can see how this one candle is bullish, engulfing all of these bearish candles. This candle is actually inside. This candle is inside of this. This is the lowest one, right? So this is the proper like sell to buy entirely, right? From here to here. So looking for a POI in here, covering that low here, you can see how instead of having it like this, because it's mitigated right there and it's broken the 4-hour high, right? So you have to find a new POI, which would have to be like this candle, right? So this is your entire sell to buy extreme, right? So you can use that, okay? And that's it. So at the moment, these are the ones I'm looking for. Okay, so
cool.
The rest of them, yeah, probably for another day, or even maybe next week. I don't think it's gonna do that much in just 1 or 2 days now. But you never know.
So the reason I was asking, because like I actually have it mapped from here to sorry about that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. Like because as I told you before, you have to find a new POI after a 4-hour break. So when it taps the POI and it's broken 4-hour highs, you must find a new POI. Yeah. So okay. Any
thanks, man.
questions? Norris, Heather Ali.
Yo, gosh. I got a question. So if we have a 4-hourly POI that didn't really break the order flow, the 4-hour order flow or something, it just gave a strong reaction and it's formed something new. Let's say this candle, let's imagine it's a clean POI, but it didn't really break anything. When it comes back in here, do we look for EM1 sales or they're very low probable?
Yeah. I mean, if it's just done nothing, then it's not a POI. You know?
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make
if
sure.
this is not taking out any highs, you can't just be like, yeah, this is a POI, let's take it, you know, and then we have this is all internal basically. Someone else asked me this in Discord, like, you know, can we use like these internal ones for POIs, but you can't, you know, like this.
Yeah, it makes no sense because that would be the expected order flow would be to make a new low after the pullback.
Yeah, exactly. So for you to just be like, yeah, let's continue buying with internal 4-hour demand zones, it just doesn't make sense, and it's just not high probable. You know, you try to do that with any of these ranges, you know, it just won't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just
Yeah,
don't.
you just
use
get a
internal.
clap.
You get clapped, yeah. Like all these, you're not gonna use the internal stuff. You know, it's only like external, so like demand here, demand like this. Okay, just demand trying to look for buys. You know, then you get supply, look for sells, demand trying to look for buys, or but you're not gonna do this and this and this, and then be like, yeah, this demands on let's look for buys and get clapped. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks, bro.
No problem, no problem. I don't know, range change, you got your hand up still, but I don't know if it's accident or what. Might be, yeah. Okay, no worries. So yeah, I'll send this on to the website, and you know, anyone that's missed it, they can watch it later. So yeah, everyone enjoy your day, trade safe, don't be stupid, and catch you in a bit.
Thanks, mate.
Yes, baby. Have a great day, Cash.
Thanks, Cash. Have a good day.
You too, man. See you later.